Hi, hello and welcome. So copy traders often focus on the return first, completely ignoring the risk that they can lose the money later. In this second episode, we are going to focus on the risk and drawdowns, what it really means in copy trading setup, and the fact that the followers often underestimate the exposure. My name is Paulina from Brokeree Solutions, and I'm here with Abed again.
Thank you, Paulina. Before we jump in, a quick reminder for anyone discovering us for the first time. Brokeree Solutions is a technology provider for brokers. We don't provide trading services for individuals. This content is shared for educational purposes only. And thank you. We can start.
Amazing. So, first question. Can I lose more money with copy trading than I invested? Is there any stop of how much I can lose?
Profit and loss is possibilities in every trading scenario.
Yes.
So as it's the same when it comes to also copy trading. Though how we eliminate or minimize the losses, this is interesting and important. As we mentioned in the previous episode in multiple questions, copy trading softwares, they send signals to trading platforms. But also at the same time, we have the risk management tools. In our platform, the risk management for every provider, it's an essential section where you need to fill in before you activate your subscription with that provider. You can easily set a threshold by money. Depending on your capital, you decide the threshold that you're willing to put in risk. You can choose your parameter, whether you'd like it to be floating loss or different parameters, and then you can choose the action on what happens to the subscription itself.
Oh, okay.
So it can be, you can put it on hold, you can keep it going, but just notifies you, and then you can cancel the membership immediately. And then you decide what happens to the trades, whether to keep the trades open, close the unprofitable ones, or close all trades. So
Automatically?
of course,
Okay.
yes. So once this threshold of loss is reached, immediately the copy trading platform will send a signal to your trading platform, and it will take the actions according to the risk management profile that you've created as a trader, of course. So losses are possible, such as everything in life, but but again, we can eliminate and minimize the losses by a strong risk management profile.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I can actually say, okay, I am able to lose this and this amount, and after it happens, the system automatically cuts.
Exactly. You can decide how, like, what's the action.
Yeah.
It's either you take a cutthroat action,
Yes.
where like cancel
Yeah.
everything,
Close the
or
positions.
close positions, cancel membership with a subscription with the provider, or you can decide to like be notified, but trades will stay open and you will stay following the provider. So you can decide on both, and this you can go back again and edit it. So today your provider, you started with a provider, so you put a tight profile. You can later on go back and increase your
And edit
threshold.
it. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yes, of course.
That's beautiful. I love this mechanism. About the drawdowns, what is the difference between my signal provider drawdown and my drawdown as a follower?
So here the difference is decided by the subscription strategy. It's not necessarily that your provider has opened a trade that you will open the same trade.
Yes.
So we have multiple subscription strategies, and through those, the volume you open is decided. So if you open a much less volume than the provider, according to your subscription strategy, this is when your drawdown will be different, will be even less or more according to the difference in subscription strategy that also we discussed in the previous episode
Yes.
with the risk. It's important at the beginning, maybe following a provider, to choose a subscription strategy that gives you less volumes, and again
Yes.
you can edit it again and you can choose something that will give you more later on with more trust for the
yes.
provider.
That's great. That's great. We talked about in the previous episode about the different options with the way of copying, and it would be the most suitable to minimize the risk again. Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Let's say my signal provider uses times 50, times 100 leverage on their account. How does it affect, and does it affect even me as a follower?
Again, we go back to the same point of volume. So it's volume. Your provider might have X 100. It depends on how much you would like to expose. So again, we go back to subscription strategy. You would like to expose as much or more than your provider, you can. You would like to expose less, you can. So with multiple subscription strategies, you have different options. You can set the auto scale, for example,
Yes.
and it will decide according to the difference of balance or equity between you and your provider. You can choose the multiplier, so you can multiply, and the multiplier works vice versa. So anything that's less than 1, you decrease the amount they set. And the last one we have is the fixed. So with the fixed, you just set the amount of volume you would like to have opened, and it will disregard any equations or calculations from the provider's trade opening.
So it doesn't matter what the provider opens. What is the
Not at
volume
all.
of the position? It will be always.
If they open 10 lots, you will open 0.1 if you had in that value 0.1.
That's amazing. Okay.
And that's a safe option to always like monitor your leverage and your account and capital in general.
Again, about the risk. Does copying multiple high volatility signal providers can, higher my overall risk as a follower?
Yes, of course. Copying multiple. So there are no gains without risks. So again, it's risk is in everything. Every domain, every investment,
But especially trading.
Especially trading, of course. So yes, it does increase your risk, but it might increase your gains. So, but again, we go back to the correction side, where you decide what's your maximum limit of volume that you'd like to open, and with a tight, well done risk management profile, you can decrease all these chances. So you can feel adventurous and take some risks, and we got your back with the risk management profiles. So you can do this bit of this and that.
So we can be very adventurous and risky, but at the end,
careful.
The system will
the system will
keep
save
our back.
With the margin, with the threshold that you set.
Yes. That's perfect. And as my last question, I think all of us will love to know your opinion. What, in your opinion, are the red flags in the signal provider that indicates that he's or she is illegitimate?
We go back to the cart we spoke about in the last episode. So if you didn't watch the last episode, the first episode, I'd recommend that you watch it. When you go back to the watch list, notice the spikes. So the stability in performance. So the graphs should basically show you stability, because sometimes the numbers might be very high because 3 months ago this provider have made lots of profits, but not anymore. So it takes the average. It shows you the average of numbers. That's why go to the graphs, check last week, last month, 3 months, 6 months. When you see lots of spikes in performance,
Yes.
this is a bad indicator. And in general, when you see amount of days, when you see that this provider is experienced, when you see that they've been on the trading platform for a while
Yes.
with no spikes, this gives more stability in general.
Okay. So those are the things that we should look at
Yes.
primarily, or those red flags.
the red flags,
Yeah.
exactly. The red flags of provider. A very cool name, actually. Thank you for the suggestion. Red flags of a
It
provider.
is very popular now to talk about red flags. You can find them everywhere. So that finishes episode second. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, as always, we hope you find it useful. Again, if you have any questions that you would like us to answer, please write them in the comment section. We will be soon out with the episode 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Abed.
Thank you so much, Paulina. Thank you for watching.